Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk in My Rooms. Today I have my amazing co-host Amanda. As you guys remember from 2 episodes ago, Amanda was our guest, and now we have Lauren here as our guest for today. So welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Me too. I'm excited.
Lauren, can you introduce yourself to everybody?
So my name is Lauren, and I have a TikTok page.
Just being humble.
I was a teacher. Now I'm just a stay-at-home mom.
Not just a
Not
stay-at-home mom. That's like
You
a
have-
full-time job.
You're right.
4
It is
kids,
full-time.
2 dogs,
Yeah, let's not
birds,
downplay it.
cats.
Yeah, let's not
And a
downplay
partridge
it.
in a pear tree.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how did you get started on TikTok? Like, what made you? I mean, I know how you started, and Amanda knows, but tell everybody how you.
So during COVID, my niece was staying with us, and she wanted me to do a TikTok, and I was like, I'm too old for that. And she's like, no, just do it. I wouldn't do it. Then my daughter was getting older. Same thing, do a TikTok. We did a few. I still felt like I'm too old for this. And then like my mom friends, we made a page. That died out. I kept it going. And the following just built after that. And then I really just started to enjoy it. I did it pertaining to my everyday life, stuff with my husband, stuff with the kids, the chaoticness of just life in general, and it just flows.
Was it easy to put yourself out there?
So initially, no, definitely out of my comfort zone. And then you always got to be wary of crazies. There's definitely a lot of crazies out there. So yeah, I held back a little bit, even like putting your family out there. People are nuts. So, but now I just go with it. I feel like everything is on social media. You're a Google search away, no matter what. So you just have to be cautious and careful how you do things. But I enjoy it.
It's true. And you two, how do you guys know each other?
So our daughters went to preschool together, and they did dance together, and they've been friends, I want to say, since they're like
2.5.
Two and a half. They're still friends to this day, and Amanda has become, I don't even want to get choked up.
Oh!
I don't even know what to say. She's just,
You're making me cry. I don't know what to do.
she's just an amazing soul.
Tongue at the roof of your mouth that helps you not
She
cry.
really is. She's just an amazing mom.
Aw.
You better edit this. And she's just a good person. She's a good friend. She always has your back. And that's that.
Oh,
Wait.
yeah. Lauren is honestly like 75% responsible for me even being able to do real estate because she's always she's like a ride or die. You really are. And anytime I ever needed, can I drop Angelina off? Can Angelina stay the night? Lauren's been like a second mom to her. Like Angelina has a whole.
I don't know how
family
she
with her.
does it. I mean, she's just, to start where she was and just create, it's an empire that she has.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, I
so
couldn't have done it
empowering.
without you, just so you know.
so empowering to women. And she's just such a good mom. She tries her best. And she does it on her own.
But see, like, it's the support, though, like you said. Like, you're doing it on your own, but to have that, like, solid group of friends by you.
That's
and
true.
like,
To have genuine people.
That's the key.
where you just start to realize that who doesn't matter. They just flow out. It just happens naturally. I don't know if it's age. I don't know if you just get smart. I don't know if it's experience, but you just get to a point where the people that are supposed to be there are there, and then those just totally fade away, and it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, and it's hard sometimes when you, like, lose certain people in your life. You're like, why? Why are they going? Like, I thought you were, like,
But
this
it
person
shouldn't be that hard. It
But
should just flow.
It should. Yeah, it should just flow.
I definitely feel like that's been the best part for me. I don't know, the last 2 years, just the important people who are there, and then everyone else that just fades away. And I'm like, I'm grateful for that. It's weird. Less is more. That's what I've learned.
That's true. Yeah.
I'd say as I got older, and just through life experiences, I've seen who's like really a friend, right? Like friends I had my whole life weren't there for me at like some of the hardest points, and like Lauren was a newer friend in my life. I only knew her for a couple of years, and she was just like, whatever you need,
Yeah.
I love that. It's true, because it's like you think some people who've been in your life for years would be there for you, and they're the ones that they're gone.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
They're
It's
gone
so
when
true.
you need them the most. You're
That's
like, wait,
exactly
hold
what
on
it is.
a
Or
second.
they make it like, if you ever need me, call me, and
The best.
they're just never there.
They're not there. Or when like if you're busy and because you just started your business at the time and you're constantly working, and then you have the friends like, oh, why can't you make time for me? Versus
They
the
make it
friends
about
that are
them
exactly
instead of, like, oh,
versus
wow,
like,
how
okay,
is
like
she-
I get you're busy, like how can I help you type of thing, instead of making you feel guilty, because I'm sure you've had that.
Yeah, I mean, I've experienced it all at this point. It's funny enough because like I feel like literally the last 2 weeks, I don't know if it's the moon or what the hell is going
Yes,
on.
definitely
the
a full
moon.
moon.
I am going through such like a transformative period, and there are
Yes.
people that are just literally I'm shoving, like not even pushing, shoving out of my life.
She's kicking them out.
It's like I'm kicking them out to the curb because I'm like, you are just a heavy wet blanket on me right now, and I need to rip you off and just take you out. Like
I feel like it happened to me closer to 40, actually probably at 40. And again, I don't know if it's age, life experiences, it just, what matters and who matters just stays there. And it's such a good feeling. Like,
What was like a shift for you?
I was turning 40 and I had this whole mindset like, oh, 40 is going to be the new 20, you know? Yeah. Me and my husband both lost weight. Our kids were getting older. We finally started going out again. We're getting our life back. And then I turned 40 and I was just out of nowhere so sick. It was just crazy. Getting blood work done, no answers. Everything I ate, allergic reactions. I couldn't even drink water without getting hives. I thought it was autoimmune. I was seeing an oncologist. Literally every doctor I went to was, try this prescription, and they sent you on your way. And it just got to a point where I was like, oh my God, this is no quality of life. Like, I'm laying in bed, my kids seeing me sick. I literally was so weak. I was so malnourished because now I couldn't eat without reacting. And I just got to a point where I seen who was around me, very few close friends that really stuck through, tried to help me out. We were researching. I was seeing even holistic doctors. They really went above and beyond. And I just started realizing then who really mattered. And then it dawned on me, like, this is no quality of life. Like, do I really want to live like this? Like, if this is going to be something terminally ill, I want to know, and I want it to be quick. I don't want my kids to see me sick. I don't want my husband sitting there, worrying. So I just got to a point and I was like, I'm going to go off all medications, all these allergy medicines. I started feeling like I was like literally going through dementia. Like I would forget what I was saying mid-sentence. Then you start reading all these side effects on these medications that are supposed to be helping you, and it's just making it worse.
Yeah.
And even if it's not making it worse at the moment, it is.
Yeah, long term.
Yeah.
What medications after 5 years cause stomach cancer? Just crazy things. So I just said to my husband one day, like, this is it. I'm going to go off all medication. He's like, you're really supposed to wean off. I said, I'm just going off everything, and whatever's meant to be is going to be. And it's just, I remember the day specifically because I was scared shit. I was just like, this is really reckless, but I just knew what I wanted at life, and I really made peace with God. And I was like, if anything comes out of this, and if I do get a chance at life, I am just going to live life to the fullest. I don't care what it takes. My kids, my husband, we're going to travel as much as we can. Even if we don't have the money to do it, that's what credit cards are for. My whole mindset just changed. And that was it. And I slowly started to stop reacting. I did a lot of research, and I seen about parasite cleansing, and I did 2 parasite cleanses, and that was it. I stopped reacting. So a parasite, we all have parasites, obviously.
Yeah.
Here in the United States, we're the only country that doesn't deworm. Like, we deworm our dogs, but we don't deworm ourselves. So if you eat sushi, if you eat meat, we all have parasites. So parasites over time could take over your body. And what I was reading was, when you start having skin reactions and you start reacting to food, you're not really reacting. You just didn't form an allergy to everything all of a sudden.
Water.
Yes.
Like that's.
So I started following a lot of groups, and I started just researching. At one point, I was diagnosed with mast cell activation syndrome, which is basically like your body allergic reacting to yourself.
The doctors?
Bizarre. Yeah, one doctor.
Okay.
At one point, that's what they came up with. Again, it was a fairly new disease, only 7 years. There's no money to be made in it. So there's no research to it. So I just felt like I was on my own. And that's when like I said, I did the parasite cleanse. You wait 6 weeks, you repeat it again. So the idea is whatever is going on in there, it kills it off.
Yeah.
And then I just did really high doses of vitamins. I seen 2 holistic doctors. They were financially out of my league. One was $8,000, the other one was $10,000 plus the supplements. But one thing I took from both of them was they both said the same thing. Do a parasite cleanse and do high doses of vitamins. If the vitamin says take 2 a day, you take 4 a day. If it says take 1 a day, you take 2 a day. Because they just want to keep you just at, like just in the middle.
Yeah.
You want to have enough vitamins and nutrients in your system to be there. So now when you are sick for 3 months, 6 months, like I was, and you're not able to eat, at least you're not malnourishing and depreciating to nothing. And it worked. Within 6 months, I just seen a difference after almost 9 months of hell. Like I literally would go into the sun and I started reacting to the sun. It was everything.
That's so wild.
It was crazy. It really was. And now I'm here. I'm back to being able to eat everything. I drink whatever I want. I do whatever I want, and I don't react. So, but one thing I will say is I will parasite cleanse every year.
Yeah.
Moving forward, absolutely.
Where do you how have you ever done that?
So the one I
did.
used,
Lauren
she
got me
did.
to do it.
Like, have you?
did.
Yeah.
It's crazy the stuff you see. I
And
mean, it's capsules.
What are you guys doing it next?
Next full moon, right?
Yes. So then that's another thing.
I was
Some
like,
people-
does that play into the factor?
So every month there's a full moon. So some people, once they do the cleanse and repeat it in 6 weeks, they'll actually do a week of the full moon each month, just as maintenance. So you just take these capsules and you just do it. I think it's like 7 days just during the full moon because their parasites are the most active during the full moon.
Oh my god.
That's why you'll notice and I still notice it, you'll get cravings for sugar at 3 a.m. They say that's when the parasites are they want you to eat, so they
Oh my God,
have
that's
you
so
crave
weird.
sugar by
And the
urinating
hunger
on
headaches,
you.
right, are from the parasites
Yes.
releasing chemicals.
So they urinate, and that releases a chemical which gives you a headache. So the first thing you think is I know it's gross.
Ew.
It's gross.
I'm like,
But when you go down the rabbit hole and start research, it's crazy.
I'm not kidding. Where do I get this? And
So there's a
I'm doing
I'll
what
give you
you
the
guys
site
did.
I ordered from. It was Cellcore was the brand. I went with them because they were recommended to me by 2 holistic doctors, separate, nothing to do with each other. So I just thought that's probably the one to go with. There's a lot of ones that you can get on TikTok and stuff like that. I don't know.
There's
just
a
hard.
natural one. My neighbor's from Ghana, and I started telling her about it. And she's like, oh, she goes, I do it every 3 to 6 months, me and my kids, and it's this. It almost looks like cornmeal that she uses. And she's like, we just put it in our water all day. I don't know what the exact dosing is, but she's like, you can even sprinkle it around your house. She's like, it's actually a natural bug killer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, without using any chemicals. She makes everything's
It's crazy.
super holistic. But if you talk to anyone that's foreign, most people
Do it.
Tell you,
They
yeah,
do it, yeah.
it's normal. We just
How do you
don't know
feel
about
when
it.
you do it? What's the?
I felt. I started feeling better. So for me, I felt amazing. You have to be consistent though. One thing you have to do is once you start it, you want to make sure you take the pills every day. And then what's key is after you complete it takes 5 weeks, you wait 6 weeks, and you definitely want to repeat it again, because when the adult worms die off, they release a hormone which activates all the eggs throughout your body.
Oh, God.
So you definitely
The
want
fact
to
that we don't know that
I know,
I mean,
it's-
Yeah,
I don't
when
think
I did
it's-
it, my stomach totally went de-bloated. I was so bloated all the time, and my stomach got so flat just from doing the first couple days of it.
Yeah.
I had so much more energy. My skin got clear.
oh my god, I definitely want to do this because the energy thing too, the bloating thing. I
Yeah.
feel
My chiropractor was telling me he was diagnosed with all these GI issues, irritable bowel, and they wanted him to do colonoscopy, endoscopy, and he did the same thing. He said he did a parasite test. Of course, they tell you there's nothing in your stool. Their parasites are very smart, so they're very rarely showing up in your stool unless you're infested. So he said he did it, and he said it was the second week, and he said he blew his nose. He literally had a parasite come out of his nose.
Crazy.
What
I know.
Whoa, like a worm? Is it?
They almost,
God, I'm
no,
like-
they're very thin and
It's
stringy. It's not like what you're thinking.
It's
but
like a
there's
stringy,
all
like
different
I know
ones.
what you're thinking.
Slimy.
Yeah.
It's like a slimy.
So the
string
one,
hair.
yeah, there's
Oh.
the ones that'll come out of your nose and stuff. I didn't have that, but not to be gross, I did get sick and threw up one day, and I must have had them in my stomach, and they were coming out. So everything's dead, but
I know, but still, it's just like seeing them. Oh my God.
That's actually one thing I did notice. My nose was constantly stuffy for like months, and when I did it, I meant to tell you, I stopped getting so stuffy. But I was too scared to look at when I was blowing my nose.
Yeah. Well, you're like, I don't want to see what's... But that's weird, because I feel like... So I had a deviated septum, and I had to get, my whatever, the bone was, like, out that way. Got it done. I was able to breathe for, like, a week. And now I'm back again, where I'm like...
You got a parasite cleanse.
I definitely...
No, it's definitely... It can't hurt you. It can only help you. So everything that's in it is all natural. It's just good for... your GI, everything in general. It's good for like the gut microbiome. So I feel like
it's good to do.
It's
and it's funny,
good.
they don't teach us this. Like no one tells us to do. But you're like other countries. You said Ghana, like it's like a normal thing. Like we're doing that.
They do it. Most do it every 6 months.
So as much as it like sucked that you went through all that with your health, it was like a blessing in disguise.
I look back at it as like that was probably God wanting me like. Life is short, you better appreciate it. I don't know. I just definitely think that happened to me for a reason.
And after that is when you decided to like not like I don't know if you cut people out of your life, but is that when
I just feel like it happened naturally. I guess because you really see who's there and who matters when you're at the lowest point in your life.
Yeah.
So and it's been the greatest thing. It's crazy. Like I just said, less is more.
Yeah.
But
then it also like opens up to like more doors and like opportunities. Because it's like, instead of wasting time with people who aren't really there for you, you hang out with people who do want to be around you and then you also are able to like let other people into your life. Like
100%.
That's one thing I definitely noticed this year is the people that I thought were like supposed to be in my life who are not anymore. I'm like, there's reasons why, because then 100%. I have other people who are coming into my life and I'm able to like spend time with them, and they're the ones that are supposed to be in my life versus who I might have thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't agree with you more.
And you start realizing who like you're kind of shedding, and it was like a little bit of an ankle weight, right?
Yes.
Like just like weighing you down, and then as they're not a part of your life anymore, I feel like you just are able to just like level up and feel lighter and do better things. Mm-hmm. Like it's
absolutely
it's so different. It's so true. Like different energies just don't mix with yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's okay.
Yeah,
it's like blessed and released. It's fine. We don't need to get along. We don't whatever.
I guess that's probably through having like TikTok, social media. You get
it helps
hate,
you tough skin.
Yes, but the good so outweighs.
Yeah,
there's no comparison. You're always gonna get people that have something to say.
Yeah,
and I don't want to say it's jealousy, but they're definitely not happy with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's because I look at life now. If I could help anybody. And if I say it to them, I genuinely mean it. Like, I'm not just going to be one of those to say it and then...
Yeah, Lauren would help anyone, literally. You would. I know you would. She would. No matter what, like, if whatever help they needed, I know that you would be...
You would be there.
Be there. Yeah. That's just the kind of person you are.
Yeah, it's rare to find that.
Yeah.
It is.
It really is.
I've found that in a few people, too, and I'm, like, so grateful, and that's...
that's why you're attracting the people that are supposed to be in your life, because what you're putting out is also coming 100%. Back to you,
That's something I learned too, all about energy and how it does come back.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes is, "People's opinions do not pay my bills," and that helps me get over anything that people. Oh, do you know what they said? I don't care what they said. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. That's so true.
I used to be one of those that would care like what people thought, and it's just I don't even know what it is now. You just
like don't care. You don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, you both are very big and active on social media. You're on TikTok. You're on Instagram. You both do do a lot. So with the good comes obviously the hate too. But
and that's okay.
There's so much more good that comes out of it. There's so many people out there that you need to help. Not you need help that you're helping. You probably don't even realize it. Right. I'm sure there's videos you put out that have helped so many people that haven't said it, but because you put it out there, because you didn't let that what if Joe Schmo says this about me, and then you didn't put it out there, but you're like that.
But you do get messages sometimes, and that's what makes it awesome, and that's what makes you want to keep doing it, because you're enjoying yourself. But when you know that it affects other people, it's a good feeling.
You're putting a positive,
100%
message out there. So it's you guys like when you do get, because I remember you mentioned on the previous podcast that you were on, the people who do give hate, you have like a little army of people who are like out there going, and they're
it's
nope,
crazy.
You don't even have to read it,
and want to respond, and then I'm like, do I really want to even go there? And then you'll just see the people that
are just,
back
they
you.
got
It's
you.
just like, wow.
And it's so funny
Like,
too because
I
it's strangers.
Yeah.
Like people you don't
Complete
know that
strangers,
like
but
they've
they do
connected
feel like
and-
they know you because of the content you put out, how they relate to you in some ways. So
Absolutely.
they definitely go to bat where you don't even need to.
I'm not on TikTok much. Like I always see your stuff on Instagram. But what the hell are people saying on TikTok about your stuff?
So they don't really say, if I post something political,
You'll
get
you'll
I
get
feel
the-
like because I see sometimes when people do like a funny reel like with the kids and they're like, oh, this is terrible, and it's like get a life, it's a joke.
Or you'll get something like that where you'll do like an audio and it has the kids in it, and they'll be like, oh, that's horrible to teach your kids that. I'm like, you do realize that it's not even real. It's a TikTok audio. The kids don't even know what's being said.
Funny because you're like, it's something that's so innocent. It's like, how can anybody say anything about it?
And then you'll look at their page and they have like, 2 followers. They don't even have a picture on, and you have to even wonder: is this a real person, or is this just somebody? Whether it's a bot or whether it's just somebody that has a fake account, so they could
nothing to do.
So they could leave negative comments and get you riled up. And
now imagine if those people took that energy and just put it out there to do something good.
Right. Yeah,
literally go volunteer.
You see it all the time on Instagram. Like if there's like a satire, right? It's like people take it so seriously and they start going off the rails, and it's like you have literally nothing else better to do
with everything going on in the world. This is what you're
worried about. I know it's crazy, and it just again like if they took that energy and put it into literally anything else.
Yeah, I posted one time and it went viral. I wasn't expecting it. There was on Instagram I posted a statistic about single women buying homes. People lost it. There were like men that lost it. That's because they're taking alimony. And that's because child support.
But that's why it went viral. So when you get that negative back and forth, you don't even have to be responding. It's just those comments where people are going at it.
There were so many angry people in those comments.
Instantly goes viral. So it's crazy. That's a perfect example of how just people defending you or going, against somebody else in the comments, how it literally will go viral.
Yeah. Oh man, it was interesting. I wasn't expecting that. I posted at like 10 o'clock at night, just screwing around.
You're just like
when you wake up.
So how did you deal with that after? Did you just kind of like, all right, and just kept going?
I ended up turning the comments off because they were going, and I was like,
your phone was getting just like,
like. I may have responded to a couple of them.
Yeah,
and it wasn't anything nice, but I was like, all right. I was like, realistically, I was like, if you had to pay alimony, would it cover someone's mortgage? Like, I feel like the people that are commenting on here are not the men whose alimony and child support would actually afford
be able to.
So I'm like, why don't we just move on?
Yes. Maybe you should just keep your mouth shut, sir.
Yeah, just keep it moving. Go back to work.
Keep it going. But yeah, so being on social media, what is the best and the worst thing that you love about? Like, what's the thing you love about it? What's the thing that you don't like about it?
So the best thing I would say is I actually enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I do get a lot of positive feedback that I enjoy the most. There's money to be made on social media, which is always a plus, especially if it doesn't feel like work.
Absolutely.
The negative, I would say, is it gets scary because there are a lot of creeps. You have to be careful, putting too much out there. People could become obsessed, find out, look up where you live, because everything's so public now.
Yeah.
So you just have to proceed with caution.
Yeah. I feel like that's really good advice too, because a lot of people do just put like everything out there.
Yeah.
Like even when you're posting like where you're at, something I've been trying to do more is not posting the moment.
You're there, right?
So like if I'm like at a restaurant, I try to like save it and then do it later. Again, if I'm
what
like,
famous people do, just for that. But in our situation, it's for safety. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because you do. I'm like, especially like we're women. You get the people in the DMs that maybe they're not real people, but then some of them are, they're like persistent, and it's scary.
Or even people that aren't, and they're just like a silent creep.
Yeah, like you're like, I'm out and about, like you don't want to go and like look over at the bar and you see some guy staring at you, so like a creepy smile on your face. You're like, is this it? This is how I go because I posted and this guy is just watching everything I do.
And waiting for you to walk out.
So it's scary. It's like you have to definitely take, precautions, especially being so active on social media.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. So where do you see yourself taking this? Like, do you?
So I definitely love to travel. I see a lot of content creators going that route, and I just think it'll be a way for me to save, but I'll still get to travel, and even if it's just weekend getaways, which I am huge on. Like I always say, I have minimal time that my kids are actually going to want to hang out with me. So, like, I have a 15-year-old, and it's starting to die out. We still get them every now and then, but when we do, it's nice.
Yeah.
Me and my husband are going to be together for the rest of our lives and just have me and him. So as long as we could keep them together, and like I said, even if it's just weekend things.
Yeah.
So we always just like to do a little weekend trip. So if I could take my following and do like content pertaining to traveling and get complimentary rooms or
you hear that, everybody?
So that's where I'm going. I reach out to people from time to time, and I've gotten, upgrades or a complimentary stay. So that's where I'm going to push it. Obviously, I still will stay true to like doing my normal mom TikToks, because that's what got me the following.
Where you start.
But I also feel like family travel is big too, because people are forever asking me, where did you go? Where is that place?
It's so, even like local places around here. I mean, you could even do New Jersey. You guys could do like, I don't know, day trip stuff. Like
when I don't know what to do with Angelina, I'll go on TikTok, like day trips in New Jersey.
And you look up.
You just look and you find it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard to like figure out what to do, especially, I don't know, like...
Well, some of the places just have, like, if you look up something and you open it up, it's, like, blue and white writing. Come to this farm, and you don't realize it's, like, this really awesome place with all these things to do.
Yeah,
so you get to see it, and then you're like, oh, you get excited. Like, oh, wow,
so now you go and you do that, and you make a reel. I am forever posting pictures and doing reels anyway, so now it's a matter of tagging the company.
Right, like...
Getting them to put a complimentary offer in for us to go back another time, or
exactly,
free hotel for the next day. So that's where I'm going with it. Obviously, I would maybe venture into like making merchandise, something like brand a sweatshirt. People are always asking, where'd you get this, where'd you get that? I definitely have to start linking stuff.
Absolutely, like an Amazon.
I do have to do that.
Because it's stuff that you're wearing, you're using, and people want to know. It's like, it's different when like companies are sending you stuff and you're like, hey, post this product. It's like, if you don't genuinely use it and like it, it's hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you've had to at some point try, right?
Well, and that's what was happening with TikTok.
And then people see that.
I was at packages every day, and it's like, I don't want to really... I started, doing videos, but it's not me.
You don't want it. Yeah.
I'm not going to bullshit people and make it like, go out and buy this, it's amazing, and it's garbage quality.
And
that's what
was that.
They do.
They're like...
They do. Every video now is all of a sudden you trying to sell something, and it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
So, if I get something sent that's amazing, absolutely. I want everybody to succeed, and it'll make me money as well. But if it's garbage or something I won't really use, I'm not going to put it on and say I'm using it.
But that's what makes your platform more like people trust you.
Yes.
So it's like they can come to you and it's like they see that they're, oh, she uses it. I know she's using it. I know she's been there, done this, whatever.
Yes. Absolutely.
I can believe it. But then because then you have those creators that are just pushing everything.
Yeah.
And
everything.
Like that, have you guys, I'm sure, seen that laser? That like the one that you like do it at home?
Epilator, whatever, that's supposed to take your hair off.
And it's supposed to take your hair off, and like you do it everywhere.
I
and
got
you
like 10 of them sent to me.
They don't work.
They don't work?
I mean, you have to definitely be consistent, especially because it's not as strong as like, a spa, but I didn't see that.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
And that's why I couldn't. But they're expensive. They're like $200.
They are.
And they kept sending me different ones. I didn't give all of them a shot. I was just discouraged with the first one.
Yeah.
Well, if you want, we can all just one day just
test it out. And if it works, then we'll do a video.
Exactly. But that's the thing. It's like there's so many people out there that are posting it. And then I had come across somebody's TikTok who is like, she straight up was like, I shouldn't have done this. They sent it to me, and I made the video before really using it. And then when I realized it didn't work, now people are buying it, and then they're complaining and saying that I'm not being authentic because you're selling me. And then it just gets like this.
And it gets linked back to you because they bought it from your storefront.
Right. So it's just like, I feel like it's so important when you are doing stuff like that. So yeah, like anything you're using now, anywhere that you're going now, that's amazing because It's stuff that
It's
you're
stuff
doing
that
and you
I'm
actually
doing and
use. Like your
wearing
outfit. The both of us said the same thing.
Yeah.
I love it. The cup. I'm like, I love that. Like people,
Yes.
and it's just.
And this I love.
Yeah, and that you got.
Manifest that
that is
shit. I
cute.
get so many compliments on it. Somebody did send me it, and I always, every time I use it, I do a video. It's in it. I always
You link it, but
link
again,
it.
it's something that you.
But it's something I love, and I get compliments on, and I believe in what it says.
So when people go to buy it, they're like they're confident in buying it because they know.
Or
that
it means something to them too, and they're familiar with manifesting. So now it's like, oh, I need that.
Let's go into manifesting. I love manifesting.
So I used to think that people who said that were like crazy.
She's like, I used to think,
is that even manifesting? Just, it's yours. It's yours already. Just envision it's yours. But I don't know. Being sick and I just changed my mindset. I literally couldn't even get out of bed. I just really changed my mindset. It was like within 24 hours, I was starting to feel better.
Yeah.
I had strength again.
So yourself.
I do believe your energy is key.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Everything that goes in your mind comes out of your mouth goes into your life.
Yes.
I am a huge believer
and
of that.
when I was so sick, I just kept thinking the worst. Like, this is not going to be good. What if it's cancer? And I just feel
And you
like
kept going,
my friends started telling me, like, you have to be careful. Don't think that way. You're going to create that. You're going to create.
that,
And it's crazy. But I have one close friend who's huge with manifesting. Like, she claims she can manifest everything and anything, but she's so humble. And I really feel like she has taught me everything I know. I'm not crazy with it, but one thing I ride on is energy and really believing it already. It's already yours and
acting like you have it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And anytime a little bad thought gets into your head, you have to like pump it out.
Yeah, because
Yes.
then once that little
Gone.
bad thought, it can keep going.
It keeps spiraling.
And then you genuinely, it
and you
comes
start
out.
Yes.
I've done that in situations too, like even like relationship wise. Like things will be going great, like like you get what you wanted, and then all of a sudden that one thought that comes in your head. I've literally, I'll say it. I'm like, I did this. Yeah. I brought this third party along. That was all me. I did that myself because it happens. Like you start to, and then you like. So like you just said, the minute that one thought comes into your head, like, oh, I can't do this, you have to switch it.
Yeah.
Because it's your mind really is so powerful.
It really is.
And yeah, the energy too. And when you feel the energy from other people, trust that.
Mm-hmm.
Trust that the minute you feel it.
I have this like, I put up, it's like a golden wall, I call it, right? Like I feel like someone like giving me like just their bad energy or like a little stank look. I'm like, all right, here's my little wall, or okay, this is my bubble. It's bouncing away.
Oh, I love that. I feel like I definitely.
I think it works. Yeah.
It's like the person just ends up like they're walking towards you and they just walk right away.
Yeah.
It's like I'm protected. But it does. I mean, because you're also in your mind, you're like, I'm protected. They're away from me, and you're not allowing their energy to come into your.
Yeah, just like
energy.
keeping that. Like, say you're at like dinner with someone, right? And there's just someone there with a funky, negative vibe. I'm just like, all right, my little bubble is here. I'm protecting my space.
It's true. I mean,
that was another big thing. Being around people who. It was always poor me, always negative, and even when I was sick, I remember I started to think that way. Why me? Like, I'm not old. Why is this happening to me? I have young kids. I didn't have my parents when I was growing up, so that was another fear. Like, oh my God, if something happens to me. And it just fear, I was putting this fear into myself. I was creating scenarios, as somebody explained to me, that didn't exist. And I'm putting those into place. And I was literally creating one bad thing after the next, and it's just I had to turn it around.
It's like when you get stuck in traffic, right? Like you're stuck in traffic, you can either it's like, oh my God, like I'm stuck, I got to get out of here, and then you hit every red light after that. Right?
Yeah.
Like everything keeps, or it's like, okay, I'm like in traffic. What I like to think is I'm being saved from something, whether it's like an accident or something else. Like you got to try to like
something could be going on, right?
Switch your mindset with that, but. To kind of like not go off on this topic, but you said like with your child that you didn't have your parents. Mm-hmm. Do you want to get into?
So I lost my dad when I was 5 years old in a car accident. It's funny. I always say like exactly what you just said. Like one more minute, he would have got stuck at a red light. He'd be here.
Right.
So you always think about that. And then my mom went off the deep end at that point. Drugs, alcohol. She just was a terrible mom.
How old were you?
5.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were like...
So I was living with her. We'd get taken away. I'd live with my grandmother. We'd get put back. The court system sucks in protecting children.
It's sad.
And it went on for a while. I was in foster care for a short period of time. Then finally got put with my grandmother in Brooklyn. I was about 12 years old, and everything changed. She put me in a Catholic school, kept me on the straight and narrow, and it worked out. It really did.
Yeah.
It worked out. I could have went I could have went the total opposite way. I have half siblings that is exactly what they did. Went in the wrong direction. So definitely grateful for that. And Catholic school. Nuns in Brooklyn are no joke. You don't get those no more. You don't get those no more here.
We need that then.
Yeah.
In society today. I feel like we definitely need that.
100%.
But I love that you took what, you like you just said, you could have went the opposite way, but you took it, and now look where you are.
Exactly. That was my goal, to not be.
But that's also like part of manifesting, right? Like that was a difference in your mindset from other people.
A perfect example. One thing I knew was I didn't want to be like my mom. I wanted the family that I never had. And I don't even know if I would say, I didn't know what manifesting was when I was younger, but I have an amazing husband, really. I have the house of my dreams that she helped me actually get.
Really?
Talk about manifesting.
Wait, hold on. I want to hear this story.
The house is under contract with a different buyer.
It's crazy.
Literally, like
No
she
way.
called me. She's like, I need this house. I was like, it's under contract with someone else. We were able to get the buyer out of that house and them into the house.
It's crazy.
Yes.
So I have the
So
house.
shout out to Amanda. If you guys are looking for a real estate agent, as we said,
100%.
that's your girl.
She definitely is.
She's got
She
the
made it
mindset
happen.
and everything to get you your home.
And every year she'll text me, "Oh, it's your anniversary," and she really is. She's great. Like I still pull up to my house to this day, and I'm there. She'll know 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years in May,
We closed during the thick of COVID.
Yes. And I literally pull up to my house. It's probably, I still say on a daily basis, and I'm like, I can't believe that this is mine. So it's really like...
I love it.
It's the house of my dreams. It's everything I could have ever dreamed of. And I remember when I showed it to her and she told me it was already under contract, she's like, the house across the street is for sale. I'm like, it's more money and it's... literally needs so much work. Yeah. I could never live across the street from this house.
From the one that I love.
So I was honest with her. I'm like, I have a beautiful house now. If it doesn't work, then it wasn't meant to be. Yeah. But she made it happen. I couldn't believe it when she called me. And the house, the price that we got it for, because we were the only crazies moving during COVID, like she just worked to magic. And she went along with my craziness because I know it didn't seem realistic. Like I knew what I purchased my previous house for. I knew what we put into it, so I knew what I wanted to start at, which I know realtors like to, do comps and go based off of that. But she went along with my craziness, and
she was like, "I want this house." I'm like, "All right, let me see if I can make it happen." She's like, "And I also want to sell my house for like
this amount,
15% more than any other house is sold in the neighborhood." I'm like,
okay.
Well, he definitely brought up the whole neighborhood. My neighbors were my old neighbors were definitely cursing me. Yeah.
And not only that,
the taxes went up.
Did we list it much higher than anything sold? We got $15,000 more than we listed.
Even
it for.
more than what you.
Yes,
wow.
it went to a bidding war.
So that was
the first.
I feel like
house.
you two are you gotta like team up together now. In real life.
She actually helped me get my real estate license. I have my real estate license. I haven't gone full force with it because I still have my little guy home. He's in preschool, so I don't want to ever start anything and not be able to put 100% into it.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't want to be part of a group or a team and then not being able to put what they're putting into it. So that's the only, but I still keep it active. And I definitely, once I have all my kids in school full time, will probably go that route.
I love that.
Yeah. You know what I want to say, like talking about your home sale, I think one thing that me and Lauren are on the same page about is we both, once we have an idea in our mind, it's getting done no matter hell or high water. So we joined forces there, but I think if you ever want to gang up on, if you decide one day, I want to gang up on two people, don't gang up on me and Lauren because whatever it is, we're going to win. And we'll
so going back to manifesting, what's crazy is, again, I didn't know anything about... I want to be on a team
with you guys. I don't care what we're doing, where we're going. I don't know what it is,
It doesn't matter what needs to get done.
It's getting done. It's getting done. So going back to manifesting, I, again, didn't even know anything about manifesting now then. But what I can say is I remember visualizing my kids in each room. And
That's
I remember
huge.
looking at the video on Zillow of the backyard with the chairs in the backyard, and I remember envisioning us sunbathing there. So it was mine already.
You had it already.
So when she called and was like, all right, put the offer in and we're going to go see the house, like we were already there already, and we went, I was just like,
Yep,
this is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. I don't even need to see the rest of the rooms. This is
Like, I
it.
know this is it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it worked out. Oh, I don't know how she did it, but she did it.
We did it.
You guys did that together, and
Tag
it's
team
true.
promise.
It's like like when you could see yourself in a situation, it makes your dreams even more like a reality.
Yes.
Because you're able to like put yourself there.
Yes, I
They
was
say
there.
that, and they say that you should like really feel it too.
I felt it.
When
There's
you
no
feel
doubt
it,
I
and
felt it.
See,
I felt
Yeah.
it. Like I
I
said, we
knew.
were assigning rooms. I knew like the back room would be like when we have company.
Mm-hmm.
Party
Like, you
room.
imagine yourself like putting the key in the lock and opening
Yeah.
your garage when you get home.
Yes.
It's,
I love that. Yeah, I feel like even too with your story that we talked about in the other episode. Did you have that mindset too? Like, were you in a like the manifestation type of thing at that point? Or were you just doing it all based off of like, I know I got to get the hell
It
out,
was-
and
I feel like you've been working so hard on your career that she was content where she was. I really feel like, I don't know, me just being an outsider looking in, I always
Yeah.
just felt like her number one priority was obviously her daughter, but making the money she needed, I guess, to get the house of her dreams, because now you're
yeah, I mean,
building,
thank
and
God.
I
Yeah,
guess
but
it was
like
worth
you, I'm like-
waiting instead of jumping and just being impulsive like
Yeah.
some people
right,
get.
yeah.
I'm like, I was waiting for my perfect house, and it kind of was. I remember I was in a new construction home one day, and I'm like, I want a new construction house, and I didn't know of any like new construction going up, and then like I looked in the MLS like outside of Marlboro, and I was like, oh my God, I found some things that were going up, and I went, and I was like, holy smokes, like this is it, like let's get it done. And then I did really everything. Like I've been working hard and hard and hard to, get myself into this place. But like even still, like I'm not closed yet, but I imagine the garage door opening up, me walking up the stairs, me
yes.
making breakfast in the morning. Like you said, like Angelina's bedroom, what's gonna be when she's doing her hair in the bathroom, right? Like
And just those simple things, when you envision them and you start to appreciate like them without even having them, I don't know. I just feel
It's
like
so
it means so much more when you actually finally get there.
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
But like even though like when I was really starting out in real estate and I was just kind of getting on my own foot, yes, I would lay in bed and just positive think my way into so many different situations that like I finally got myself
Right.
into, and I had like a very like delusional belief in myself because the odds were really just stacked against me. But I was like,
That's
people were
one
like, "You're
thing my
nuts."
friend who's big on manifest, she says, be so delusional. Be
Yeah.
so delusional that people think you're crazy.
Yeah,
Just
it's
really believe that it's all yours and just be that delusional.
true. Yeah,
And it's crazy.
that's
but-
because people would tell me, they're like, that's adorable that you want to do
It's
that.
cute.
And I'm like, okay, well,
Amanda
doing it.
Bible. So my friend Amanda Bible, she does everything like the mindset. But she said, she's like, I call my friends who tell me that like cute, like
Yeah.
keep dreaming. She's like, they're my earthling friends, because it takes people who aren't from like on planet Earth to really get you to that next level in life in any way, because you have to be delusional. You have
Right.
to like really just believe in yourself so much, and just such
That
a
it's-
delusional like that you
Yes.
you go after, because otherwise you're gonna let people
the negative bring you
tell you
down.
not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
And
you doubt what
and
you're
especially,
doing
like,
or thinking of doing.
Yeah.
when you grow up with like, because we have like similar our mom paths too, like I think when you grow up that way, I think the difference of getting out or going just the way they did is having that ridiculous determination in your mind, but I don't even think we realize how strong it is.
So strong.
And like I think that probably just like boosts our ability to manifest, because we're just like, all right,
Yeah.
that's what I want. Okay, I know that's what I'm doing.
I'm getting it.
I
Right.
like, and it probably started from I know I'm getting out of the situation.
Yes.
Right. Like as a
Yeah.
child,
I
want
know
to be out
I'm
of
not
here.
going to be
I know I'm
anything like
getting
her.
out of here.
I know I'm going to have, I never do this to my kids.
Yeah, like I
know.
don't want to have that.
So, but it's without even knowing that was manifesting. Clearly, it is. It is.
Yeah,
It
and
is.
like,
It's
did it
definitely-
ever happen when you were a kid? Like you saw like friends with like nice homes and normal families and everything. And you're like,
all the time.
And you just imagine yourself.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. To this day, you know, I could see, we could go to a wedding and I see a dad, you know, father-daughter dance, and I still get choked up because you're still always going to wish you had that, but it's not in a resentful way.
Yeah.
It's just, but yeah, as far as like the mom aspect, it's just been totally motivating to make sure that you do the opposite of everything that she did or anything that you went through.
Yeah.
And how does it feel like you did? You literally did everything.
I have everything I could have dreamed of and more. Like, to really be able to say that is huge.
I love that. It's okay.
What's going on with me today?
Let the emotions. We're still. The full moon is lingering.
Yes, it's lingering. It's definitely
You're
lingering.
You're releasing. But so like even talk like about your husband too. Like you like.
He's amazing. He's just literally, he goes along with all my crazy ideas. If there's something I want to do, even if he doesn't think it's a good idea to do it, he still backs me up 100%, which is rare.
It is, yeah.
He's definitely my voice of reason, but I still do what I want. I'm very strong-minded, but he always comes around, I have to say that. And another goal that I had was I just wanted like an amazing dad to my kids, and that's exactly what he is. Like, I couldn't have handpicked a better guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
He's
couldn't have.
involved with them. There's not like, I feel like for you guys, it's never like, oh, can you watch them? I have to go here. It's like, hey, I'm leaving.
Like,
bye.
Yeah,
it's
like,
a true partnership.
We are such a good team. You know, we go at it sometimes, without a doubt. We're not perfect.
Of course,
but
I feel like that's how it
is so
no relationship's perfect.
Yeah, no. And if they say that,
there's some
bullshit.
weird shit going on.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. He's so genuine, and he really is. We're like a good team. We balance each other well. He's calm. I'm crazy.
And like, did you ever think that was like when you first?
No, actually, we met through. He was dating someone that I knew, and they had broken up. She cheated on him, and I just felt so bad. He was like such a good guy. I couldn't understand it. So I would invite him out with me and my friends all the time. There was no attraction whatsoever. Right. And for like a good year and a half, like he would just always come around. We went to Vegas with a bunch of my friends. He was just always coming along, and something traumatic happened, and I won't really go into that, but he was there just as a friend. And it was that point that I just seen him through a different light.
And you're like,
it was weird. It was just like, wow, like who would stand by me through something like this as a friend, truly genuine? And I just seen him, I guess, in an attractive way at that point. Like I just seen him through different light.
It opened your eyes in a different.
It definitely did.
You got. I mean, I think that everything timing.
Timing is everything, without a doubt. And I think what has kept us going 15 years is we were friends first. So I just think that no matter what happens, we always go back to that friendship. So we've gone through stuff, you know, as a married couple, 100%, where it's like, oh my God, how are we going to get through this? But we always go back to that friendship base, and I think that's what keeps us so strong.
I love that. Is there, like, what are, like, 3 relationship tips or advice that you would give?
This is not a requirement. This is
like
not a requirement, but I do think, like I just said, having a friendship first definitely makes everything smooth, because you know them on a different level. Like, you're not questioning anything. You already know what they were about before there was even commitment. I'd have to say honesty. Like, you just have to be an open book, even if the person's not gonna like what you say. And I think that, you know, definitely keeps us going. And you have to see a future with them. I just feel like, just to date, just not nowadays. Like, you have to really look and be like, you know what, in 5 years, could I marry this person? Is this person going to bring value? Can I see myself, you know, having children, and this person's going to be a good dad? Because I see so many people that just go through these relationships. And granted, it's so hard to meet people now, so I get that. That's a whole nother story. But
we could do a whole episode on that, guys.
But I just see people, I feel like they're wasting their good years. And, you know, maybe trying to create something that if you don't see it from the get-go, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you could mold somebody to be this, amazing person that you want.
Yeah.
So that is basically it.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. I love that. It's just like, I love that he supports you with everything.
Oh, yeah. He's,
because that's
trust
hard.
me, he definitely thinks I'm crazy sometimes. Some of the things we'll be on
Listen, keep it
we'll be on a weekend getaway and I'm like on my phone booking the next. He's like, what are you doing? We don't have money. I'm like, American Express.
Yeah.
we got this. We're going.
They're actually paying for us to go.
Yeah, exactly. That was my new thing. I'm like, well, I reached out to this company and we're going to Delaware this weekend.
So how has that been, like, reaching out to people? Is that like...
Yeah, I started just usually companies have like a content creator email
program or something.
Yeah. So I never knew about that. I just reached out to 2 hotels that we were going to in the near future, and I told them, I'm a content creator. I'm looking to come down this weekend. Obviously, I already had my stay booked, but just to feel it out and see where it would go. And we ended up getting like an upgrade to a complimentary suite with a private pool. And that's where I thought, like, this is where I could take my following.
Like, shifted
because this is stuff I'm doing already. I would continue doing what I've already done, but...
And you give your family so many awesome experiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're doing it anyway. So now if I could, get an upgrade complimentary, it's only beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
How are your kids with you being on TikTok? Are they, like, they... Obviously, your daughter encouraged. Like, how is it? Like,
it's good and bad. Like my older son will be like, "Mom, my friends see you on TikTok," and I'm like, "Okay." But
you're like the hot mom. Like my friends are like.
I don't do anything embarrassing, but my younger daughter, she's like, "Oh my God, Mom! Like the lunch ladies are like, did I see you on a TikTok? Is that your mom?" And now she it motivates her to do them with me now.
Because now she's like,
I love you. It's great. So we definitely have fun with it.
They do. You did one the other day with you and your older daughter, the younger one, coming down the steps.
It's funny. She was enraged yesterday. She has sugar, and she just, especially anything with dye, she just clicks, and she just turned into like a different person. I was like, Malia, we got to do that TikTok, and we just set it up. She came down the stairs. Of course, it clipped off right before she did it, and she just whacked my daughter.
No,
I wish we would have got it.
But you could see it now when she was coming down the steps.
She was and she's in like a little arm brace because she broke her elbow, but she's using it like to her advantage.
Malia broke her elbow?
Ayla.
Oh, Ayla. Oh.
So she's using it like to her advantage. She doesn't care. Sure. She's whacking everybody.
Aww.
So the middle one's always the crazy one. She's like the little mini me. She's great.
She's so cute. She really
little
is.
Tara.
She's like
but it's crazy what sugar does to her. It's like night and day.
Yeah.
She turns
Do your older kids help you with the younger ones, or?
So my older son actually has matured a lot, I'd say, in the last year and a half. He used to be
15,
a handful.
you said, right?
Yeah, he used to be a handful. So now, yes, I could definitely utilize him, to run out, or we could do dinner now quick, and he's there, and he's definitely a big help.
It's beautiful.
And my 10-year-old, she's like a little mom, so she's always looking out for the little one. So
10 years
we
old.
finally got there where now we could have a little help.
She's like a little 30-year-old woman.
Yeah. I can't believe it. Because she was because I babysat for you. How old was she?
Yes,
she was God, like, I feel like, was she only like 2 or 3? Yeah.
3 off. Yeah, had to be 3 years old because that's when I first met Amanda. They were 2.5. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, now she's 10.
Time flies.
Goes so fast.
10 with an attitude.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, these girls.
Yeah, we go at it sometimes.
It's 13, right? When it really starts to get fun?
I don't know. I feel like it's happening earlier and earlier. They say they're going through puberty younger, and I could definitely see that.
Oh, boy.
I mean, Angie's on your social media too. How does she like that? Like, how is that?
She likes it.
Yeah.
She likes it. She makes her own like little TikToks too. She likes making food on them. She sees them. She never posts
she's
them.
a little foodie?
Yeah. She every day when she's on her way back from camp, she texts me Instagram recipes for dinner. So we've actually been making them the last couple days. They've been really good. Yeah.
I love that. My cousin does that. She does she'll like go on TikTok, get all the recipes, and she starts cooking. She's like, "Here, you got to try this. I found this on TikTok," and they are really good.
They really are.
I'm like, I wish I liked cooking because
I like cooking, but
I
I don't
don't
like
do my
to
own
follow like these
or like
long
looking
recipes.
for them, so like it
Yeah.
makes it easy. I'm like, all right, this is what I'm making.
yeah, she finds it for you and then
Yeah,
you go and do it. I love
Half the
that.
battle.
Definitely. I'm big
So-
with that too. On Instagram, I like to try new things. I'm tired of the same shit. I feel like
know,
I'm making
it's-
the same shit over and over again.
You cook
Even-
a lot though. You're that.
Yeah, I
you
do cook a lot. So I like to find things as long as it's simple and easy.
Yeah.
I like to try different things.
That one salad you make is really good with it's like a pasta salad. It has the mozzarella.
Oh yeah,
tomatoes.
mozzarella
Ooh.
balls.
So
Yeah, a
good.
little olive oil, a little bit of mayo mixed in.
All right, guys. When's our? We gotta do a
I gotta
pool
go.
day. With,
Yeah,
Get the
definitely.
girls, get cooking, have
Yeah.
them find the recipes. We'll all just
Right.
stay outside and we'll make TikToks, Instagrams, all the
Sounds like a
girls
great
cook for
day.
us.
Definitely.
Have a drink.
That sounds awesome.
But I can't believe the hour is here. I want to thank both of you guys for being here
Thank you
today.
for
Amanda,
having
thanks for
us.
being the
Thanks.
best co-host.
Always
Oh,
pushing us out of our comfort zone. Well, for me anyway.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I love helping people get out of their
Yes.
comfort zone because this
You
is,
do.
you know,
And always pushing people up
Yeah.
to do their best. I always say that about you.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I
love
appreciate
you.
you. And where can everybody find you, connect with you at?
So my TikTok is LAURENNN. It's 4 N's _D.
Awesome. And Amanda, where can they connect with you?
Amanda Cruz, Real Estate NJ.
Yeah.
You want her as your agent.
You do.
Especially if the house
You
is out of your league,
do.
you're getting it. If you
Yeah.
I think it's gone. It's not.
It's not, yeah.
She will
She
turn it
will
around.
get you your dream home. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Real Talk in My Rooms, and I can't wait to see you guys next time.